One of the most effective ways that an employer can increase that retention is by ensuring that your roles have clarity and real tangible growth opportunities that people can see. There was a study done at Harvard with the Harvard Business Review in 2024, and they said that the number one reason why employees were leaving jobs is because lack of job clarity or lack of progression. And I think that's really poignant, and I think that because onboarding, hiring, and training employees is a really expensive process, so you want to invest in your investment. So giving your team paths forward that they can see the difference or they know how success is measured, using clear, honest communication and having that across the board, even with your leadership team, is a really good way for employees to feel engaged and valued at a position, which, nowadays I think that's very important. Another strategy for retaining top talent is to be flexible. The workforce, I think, is at a turning point right now. Things are just different and things are shifting very quickly, and flexibility isn't viewed as a perk anymore, it's almost an expectation. You need to look at your positions and you need to see how can I be flexible with employees without, of course, disrupting operations or affecting the bottom line. But companies that offer remote or hybrid roles or even just flexible hours are often seen as better options for employees. Not every job can be done remotely, but I think if you look at your positions and you find ways to bend and flex for employees, I think that makes a really big difference. And employees, they really value that flexibility, and quite often that's the reason they stay at a company. It's not salary, it's not all the other things. So I think all in all, clear, honest communication with your positions, how they're going to grow with your company, how they can be successful, and then being flexible with employees. Adjusting start and end times so that they can do what they have to do in their lives. People with children in multiple sports, bending and flexing with that, and offering flexible work programs where they can work extra hours and take time off. Those are crucial to be successful in keeping employees. Hiring them and going through the interview process, that's an expensive process. So this is something small and inexpensive that companies can do to really hang on to that top talent. I think it would be silly to assume that you are the only company competing for an employee. So get it all out there, let them know what makes you different, what sets them apart, and quite often that is a determining factor. It's incredible how many times people will say, well, I got another offer, but yours is, you have flexible scheduling, or this works better with my kids' hockey schedule. Those things can make all the difference in the world, and like I said, the employee makeup is a lot different now than it was. I've been in HR for 22 years, so it's considerably different, and you have to bend and flex in order to be competitive.